that the producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms. Kind of tough.
And there is no resolution in sight for the Walt Disney Company when it comes to Snow White 2025 at the box office. This is exactly why Bob Iger, the Disney CEO, is in pure panic mode over not just the Rachel Zegler backlash, but the entire backlash surrounding this movie in general, and just how once trusted critics that shilled for the Disney Company all the time, even they are beginning to turn their back against them. That's how bad this movie truly is. Even if you look at the IMDb rating score, that's when you really know how terrible this movie is and how it really hit rock bottom.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Yeah. After one hell of a PR tour, Disney's live-action Snow White is finally, I know.
Despite my flaws and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them.
She's a good actress.
That at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Wow. You have parents looking at Disney being like, what are you doing, guys? Like, this is supposed to be a place where magic happens, and all you're doing is indoctrinating kids, and you're having this person be the poster child of the Democratic Party. No further than what Disney is doing with their woke, DEI, feminist agenda.
Does this, imagine you invested into her being the face of the movie, and she's the main character and she's trying to promote the movie. Would this make you want to go watch the movie when she's starring in it and she's the main character?
Destroyed hundreds of millions of dollars worth of IP for Disney, but she also has destroyed her career and the careers of anybody who worked on the movie. Producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platform.
We'll still offend the dwarves, but we'll CGI dwarfs. So we'll guarantee no employment for little people while getting rid of this other component that warranted CGI. It was the worst decision. That you could look at the fact that she has been sabotaging this film for years at this point, all in this sort of pursuit of entitlement.
What happens when one of the world's most iconic studios stumbles in its attempt to modernize a beloved classic? For Disney, the answer lies in the disastrous rollout of their live-action Snow White adaptation. This wasn't just any project. It was an ambitious retelling that promised to reimagine one of cinema's most cherished stories for a new generation. However, instead of applause, the film sparked outrage among critics, fans, and even industry insiders. From the moment the first details were revealed, it became clear that something had gone terribly wrong. Starring Rachel Zegler, this version of Snow White aimed to break away from tradition, focusing on themes of independence and empowerment rather than romance and enchantment. While these ideas might have seemed progressive on paper, they ultimately alienated many who felt the essence of the original tale had been lost. Now, as Disney scrambles to recover from the fallout, they've announced yet another reboot, a bold move that promises to bring back the heart and charm of the original. This time around, the studio appears determined to learn from its mistakes. Instead of straying too far from the source material, this new version will lean heavily into the fairy tale magic that made the 1937 animated classic so special. Key elements like forest creatures, dwarfs, and iconic musical sequences are all returning, complete with improved visual effects that blend CGI and practical animation techniques. Music, which played such a central role in the original, will once again take center stage, with iconic tracks like Someday My Prince Will Come set to reappear alongside fresh, original songs. But will this new version erase the blemish of the past, or has Disney lost its touch forever? The stakes couldn't be higher. With Snow White being one of the cornerstone franchises in Disney's vast library, failure isn't an option. Fans of the original will be watching closely to see whether this reboot can restore the sense of wonder and nostalgia that made the story so beloved in the first place. And beyond just salvaging this particular property, Disney is also hoping to prove that it still knows how to deliver timeless magic that stands the test of time. After all, more than just another remake, this is Disney's chance to show the world that it hasn't forgotten what made it great in the first place. The roots of the controversy surrounding Disney's live-action Snow White adaptation run much deeper than the film itself. Long before the movie ever reached theaters, tensions began to simmer during Rachel Zegler's press appearances. In interviews and public statements, she made bold declarations that dismissed some of the most iconic elements of the Snow White story, particularly the romance between the princess and her prince. These comments sent shockwaves through fan communities and quickly spiraled into viral discussions across social media platforms. Fans felt betrayed, accusing Disney of straying too far from the cherished original tale that had captured hearts for generations. Some argued that the studio was prioritizing modern agendas over timeless storytelling, while others directed their frustration specifically at Zegler, criticizing her for undermining the very essence of the fairy tale. As her remarks gained traction online, they ignited fierce debates about legacy, representation, and respect for source material. The backlash grew exponentially, drawing in even those who had once been staunch defenders of Disney. Critics who had historically shielded the company now turned their backs, leaving Disney in a precarious position as it struggled to salvage what remained of the project. With each passing day, the situation worsened, forcing the studio to confront not just criticism but also questions about its commitment to honoring its own storied past. The backlash against Rachel Zegler extended far beyond just fan reactions. Hollywood itself turned sharply against her. Prominent figures in the industry, particularly those aligned with progressive movements, openly criticized her performance and public statements, portraying her as a symbol of Disney's controversial, woke agenda. This narrative gained significant traction, painting both Zegler and the studio in an unfavorable light. In response to the mounting pressure, Disney made the unprecedented decision to cancel all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms, including promotional interviews, red carpet events, and even pre-recorded content. This move sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, signaling not only a dramatic shift in strategy, but also a potential severance of ties with the actress who had once been heralded as Disney's next big star. As if the external criticism wasn't enough, internal challenges began piling up for Disney. Early test screenings of Snow White revealed lukewarm reactions at best, leaving executives deeply concerned about the film's viability. When the official trailer finally dropped, it was met with an overwhelmingly negative response from audiences worldwide. Social media exploded with hashtags criticizing every aspect of the film, from its creative choices and casting decisions to its perceived disregard for the original story's charm and magic. For weeks, these hashtags dominated timelines across platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok, creating an almost impenetrable wave of negativity that left Disney struggling to regain control of the narrative. The financial fallout from this debacle proved equally catastrophic. Merchandise tied to the release initially generated excitement among retailers, who anticipated strong sales driven by Disney's marketing machine. However, reality quickly diverged from expectations. Many retailers found themselves forced to slash prices mere days after launching promotional campaigns, desperate to clear shelves filled with unsold Snow White-themed products. Behind the scenes, sources within Disney Consumer Products revealed that warehouses were inundated with millions of dollars worth of unsold inventory, costumes, toys, posters, and more, all rendered nearly worthless due to the film's disastrous reception. These losses compounded an already dire situation, further complicating Disney's efforts to recover financially and restore confidence in the franchise. It became increasingly clear that Disney would need to rethink its entire approach to live-action remakes if it hoped to salvage its reputation. The failure of the Snow White reboot served as a stark reminder that straying too far from the essence of beloved classics could alienate core audiences, damage brand loyalty, and result in staggering financial consequences. With so much riding on this project, the studio now faced the daunting task of finding a way forward, one that wouldn't repeat the mistakes of the past while still delivering something fresh and engaging to modern viewers. Social media played an absolutely pivotal role in amplifying the controversy surrounding Disney's Snow White reboot. Fan groups, nostalgic audiences, and film commentators came together in unprecedented unity to express their disapproval. Platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram became battlegrounds for heated discussions, where users voiced their concerns about the direction Disney had taken with this live-action adaptation. Many critics argued that the studio had strayed too far from the original story, prioritizing contemporary issues over the timeless themes that made the 1937 animated classic so beloved. Some even accused Disney of trying to impose modern ideologies onto a fairy tale that thrived on simplicity, enchantment, and pure magic. The backlash grew exponentially as viral posts and hashtags criticizing the film's creative choices dominated timelines for weeks. PR teams at Disney worked tirelessly behind the scenes, crafting statements and launching campaigns in an attempt to mitigate the damage. However, despite their best efforts, the narrative had already slipped out of their control. By the time the dust finally settled, Disney was left facing not only the failure of the film itself, but also a deeply fractured relationship with its fanbase. Trust had been broken, and the once loyal audience now questioned whether Disney still understood what made its stories special. This crisis extended beyond just one movie. It cast doubt on the studio's ability to honor its own legacy while appealing to modern sensibilities. In a bold move to course-correct and restore faith in one of its cornerstone franchises, Disney has officially greenlit a brand new Snow White adaptation, with production slated to begin in late 2025. This time around, the studio is taking a markedly different approach, leaning heavily into the heart and charm of the beloved 1937 animated classic that started it all. Unlike the previous attempt, which veered too far from the source material and sparked widespread backlash, this reboot aims to honor the timeless essence of the original while infusing it with fresh, modern elements that resonate with today's audiences. Central to the new vision is the return of iconic characters and themes that defined the original film. Forest creatures will once again play a pivotal role, bringing their whimsical charm and playful interactions back to life. The 7 dwarfs, who captured the hearts of generations, are also making a triumphant return, complete with improved visual effects that seamlessly blend cutting-edge CGI technology with practical animation techniques. These enhancements ensure that the characters retain their classic appeal while gaining a polished, contemporary look that appeals to modern sensibilities. To guarantee the authenticity and emotional depth of the new adaptation, Disney has assembled an elite creative team comprising veteran animators and consultants who played key roles in crafting some of the studio's most celebrated princess films during its Renaissance era. Their unparalleled expertise in storytelling, character development, and visual design will serve as guiding forces throughout the production process. From shaping the film's emotional arc to defining its visual tone and refining its narrative rhythm, these industry veterans bring decades of experience to the table, ensuring that the project stays true to Disney's storied legacy. Music, a cornerstone of the Snow White franchise, will once again take center stage in this adaptation. Iconic tracks like "Someday My Prince Will Come," a staple of the original film, are set to make a grand reappearance, alongside a selection of new original songs crafted to complement the story's enchanting atmosphere. By blending nostalgia with innovation, Disney hopes to create a soundtrack that not only pays homage to the past, but also leaves a lasting impression on future generations. The inclusion of veteran talent and adherence to the original's foundational elements signal Disney's commitment to grounding this new project firmly in its rich history. It's more than just a reboot. It's a chance for the studio to reconnect with its audience and prove that it still knows how to deliver the magic that made it beloved in the first place. With every detail meticulously reviewed, from costumes and lighting to casting and score, Disney is determined to craft a cohesive final product that captures the imagination and restores trust in one of its most cherished tales. Disney is now embarking on a meticulous search for a lead actress who not only embodies the timeless elegance and charm of classic Hollywood, but also resonates with modern audiences through relatability and exceptional vocal talent. This new approach marks a significant departure from the previous production, where off-screen controversies involving the lead actress overshadowed the film itself, creating a narrative that distracted from the magic of Snow White's world. Recognizing this misstep, Disney has implemented stricter media protocols to ensure that the chosen actress aligns seamlessly with the studio's vision and maintains a positive public image throughout the project. In addition to these measures, promotional messaging will be carefully aligned across all platforms to avoid the disjointed campaign that plagued the last attempt. Internal documents obtained after the initial reboot's failure revealed that mixed messaging, ranging from conflicting press statements to inconsistent branding strategies, undermine the studio's overarching vision. To prevent such costly mistakes in the future, Disney has established greater oversight and coordination among its creative, marketing, and PR teams. This unified effort aims to craft a cohesive narrative that captivates fans while staying true to the essence of the Snow White story. Music, as always, will play a central role in bringing this enchanting tale to life. Fans of the original can look forward to beloved tracks like Someday My Prince Will Come, which are set to make a triumphant return. These iconic songs will be complemented by fresh, original compositions designed to enhance the emotional depth of the story. By blending nostalgia with innovation, Disney hopes to create an auditory experience that appeals to both longtime admirers of the franchise and new generations discovering the magic of Snow White for the first time. Together, these elements promise to deliver a film that honors its roots while offering something uniquely captivating for today's audiences. Disney acknowledges that audience trust is not something to be taken for granted. It must be carefully nurtured and earned back through a combination of sincerity, meticulous craftsmanship, and genuine care. In light of this understanding, every single detail of the upcoming Snow White adaptation is being meticulously reviewed and refined to ensure a cohesive and unforgettable final product. From the intricate design of costumes, which will pay homage to the elegance and grace of the original while incorporating modern touches, to the careful selection of lighting techniques that evoke the enchanting atmosphere of the fairy tale world, no stone is being left unturned. The casting process has been restructured to focus on finding an actress who not only possesses the necessary acting talent, but also embodies the timeless charm and relatability expected of Disney's beloved princesses. Additionally, the musical score is receiving special attention, with plans to reimagine classic songs like Someday My Prince Will Come in ways that honor their legacy while introducing fresh elements to captivate new generations. Marketing strategies for this reboot are equally ambitious and multifaceted. Teaser trailers will be released strategically, teasing glimpses of the film's breathtaking visuals and heartwarming moments without revealing too much. Behind-the-scenes documentaries will provide fans with an intimate look at the creative process, showcasing how legendary animators and filmmakers collaborate to bring the story to life. Special soundtrack previews will further build anticipation, allowing audiences to experience the magic of the music before stepping foot into theaters. Beyond traditional marketing efforts, Disney parks are playing a pivotal role in reigniting excitement around the franchise. Snow White-themed experiences and attractions are being reintroduced, offering visitors a chance to immerse themselves in the world of the fairy tale long before the theatrical release scheduled for spring 2027. These immersive park offerings serve as both a tribute to the characters' enduring legacy and a preview of what's to come on the big screen. More than just a remake, this project represents Disney's opportunity to demonstrate its unwavering commitment to delivering magic that resonates across generations. It's a chance to prove that, despite the challenges faced in recent years, the studio still understands the art of crafting stories that stand the test of time. By blending nostalgia with innovation, Disney aims to recapture the hearts of its loyal fanbase while attracting a whole new generation of viewers. This isn't merely about creating another live-action adaptation. It's about reaffirming Disney's status as the guardian of timeless fairy tales and ensuring that Snow White continues to shine brightly in the pantheon of cinematic legends. Can Disney truly return to what made it beloved in the first place? This isn't just about reviving a classic. It's about restoring faith in the very essence of storytelling that built the company into a global icon. With the future of Snow White now firmly in its hands, the studio faces a monumental challenge. Can it not only restore the fairy tale's former glory, but also rebuild the trust it once shared with audiences around the world? After the missteps of the previous reboot, fans are watching closely. waiting to see if Disney can strike the delicate balance between honoring tradition and embracing innovation. This new chapter represents far more than just another remake. It's a chance for Disney to demonstrate that it still understands the magic that captivated generations before. The stakes couldn't be higher. For decades, Snow White stood as a symbol of enchantment, romance, and innocence, a story that resonated deeply because of its timeless themes. Now, as the studio prepares to bring this tale back to life, every decision matters. From casting choices to musical arrangements, from visual effects to narrative structure, each element must work together seamlessly to recapture the heart of the original. One thing is certain, all eyes will be on Disney as it attempts to reclaim the magic that defined its golden age. Fans who grew up loving the 1937 animated classic aren't just looking for nostalgia. They're searching for authenticity, for a film that honors the spirit of the story without feeling forced or overly modernized. If Disney succeeds, it won't just save Snow White. It may very well reaffirm its status as the guardian of fairy tales that stand the test of time. But failure could mean something far greater than a box office disappointment. It could signal a loss of connection with the audience that made Disney legendary. As the clock ticks toward the spring 2027 release date, one question lingers above all others. Can Disney prove that it still knows how to weave the kind of magic that touches hearts and inspires wonder?